I've been running OpenClaw for the past month, and it's been handling tasks while I sleep, sending me research reports every morning, basically acting like an intern that never takes a break. What's up, everyone? My name is Adiraj, and welcome back. If you've been paying attention to AI Twitter or Reddit lately, you've probably seen people talking about OpenClaw. The typical setup people are recommending is buying a Mac Mini or setting it up on your personal computer. Problem with that approach is either you're dropping $600 on new hardware, or two, you're giving an AI agent full access to your main computer with all your personal files, passwords, and accounts. Neither of those options sounded great to me. So what I did instead was set this up on AWS EC2, which is basically like renting a virtual computer in the cloud. There's no risk to my personal machine and no new hardware to buy. The thing runs 24/7 without me needing to keep my laptop on. Now, I know what you're thinking. AWS sounds technical and complicated. And yes, there is a bit of a learning curve, but I'm going to walk you through this step by step, keep it as simple as possible. By the end of this video, you'll have your own OpenClaw instance running in the cloud. First off, you're going to need an AWS account. If you don't have one yet, just go to aws.amazon.com and sign up. They're going to ask for a credit card to verify your account, but if you stay within the free tier limits, which are quite generous, you won't get charged much, if anything, in your first year. Once you're signed in, search for EC2 at the top, and this stands for Elastic Compute Cloud, which is basically AWS's name for virtual servers. Click on that, and now we're going to launch an instance by clicking this button right here. This is just AWS speak for spinning up a new server. Now let's give our server a name. I'm just going to name it OpenClaw. And scroll down. For the application and OS, you want to hit Ubuntu. This is the latest version, and it's what OpenClaw runs best on. Now here's the important part. We want to select how powerful this instance is. And so you want to click this dropdown right here and select T3 Medium. Okay. This gives you 2 virtual CPUs and 4 gigabytes of RAM, which is the minimum you need to be running OpenClaw smoothly. If you pick something smaller, it'll be cheaper, but it's going to struggle. Now scroll down and we need to create a key pair. So click Create New Key Pair, and you can name this OpenClaw to 1. Leave it as RSA. Make sure RSA is selected. And if you're on Mac or Linux, choose PEM. If you're on Windows, you want to choose PPK, and then hit Create Key Pair. Okay. So that basically just downloaded a file to my computer. You don't want to lose this file. It's your only way to access your server, so keep it somewhere safe. Now you want to scroll down to Network Settings. Make sure these 2 are selected, HTTPS and HTTP traffic from the internet. Now we enter a critical security step. Hit Edit over here. Scroll all the way down, and we're going to need to create a security group rule. Okay, so we're going to create a custom rule. For the type, leave it as custom TCP. For the range, use this range right here. This is just the port that OpenClaw runs on. For the source type, you want to choose anywhere, but you could also choose my IP. This just depends on whether you want to access this from multiple locations or just your home network. I'm going to leave it as anywhere, just because for flexibility. Just know that means that anyone with the right URL and token could access your instance if they somehow got it. Okay. Now scroll down a little bit more. We want to configure our storage. It's too small for us. So turn this up to 20. The default was 8, but OpenClaw needs a bit more breathing room, right? So leave this as 20. And that is it for the configuration. Now we can hit Launch Instance. It's very fast, right? Not too hard at all. And now our server is spinning up. Takes about 30 seconds. Perfect. Now you can click into this. All right, so your instance should be running right now. You'll see a green running status next to it right over here. And now we need to actually connect to the server so we can install OpenClaw, right? So hit Connect. Over here, you're going to see a few different connection options. Easiest one is the default one, which is EC2 Instance Connect. This just opens a browser-based terminal, okay? Now hit Connect at the bottom. And now a new tab is going to open up with the terminal window. This is your server. You are now logged into your Ubuntu instance running in the cloud. Okay, so now we need to install OpenClaw. So go back to that first page I started this video on, and you want to copy paste this from right here and go back to our instance and paste that right there. And this is basically downloading the OpenClaw installation script and running it. You're going to see a bunch of text scrolling by as it's going to install dependencies, set up Docker, and get everything ready. This takes a few minutes, so just let it run, go grab a coffee. Okay, so right now it's configuring node source repository, Node.js. Okay, it's finalizing the setup. There we go, OpenClaw installed successfully. So it's starting setup. And now it hits us with a security warning. Okay, read this through. It's just saying it's a hobby project, still in beta, and tells us some recommended baselines, right? Once you understand it, toggle that to left, and you can toggle within this terminal UI using your spacebar will be to toggle the check to green, and you'll use your left and right arrows to toggle between the options, okay? And then enter to go to the next step. We're going to use quick start mode. Awesome. Now it's asking us to pick a model provider. And this is where you choose which AI OpenClaw will use to think and respond. So here's the deal. If you're already paying for Claude Pro or ChatGPT Plus, you can use those accounts with OpenClaw and save money. You just authenticate through OAuth and OpenClaw will use your existing subscription. But if you're not already paying for one of those, you need to decide at the stage which model to use. You've got a few options. The cheapest model is going to be using DeepSeek or Minimax. These are budget AI models that cost almost nothing per request. They're decently smart, but not as good as Claude or ChatGPT. The middle option is using ChatGPT API. This isn't the same as your ChatGPT Plus subscription. You're going to have to sign up separately at platform.openai.com, add a credit card, and pay per token. It's pretty cheap though, a few dollars a month unless you're using it heavily. And it's way more reliable than the budget models. Then the top tier, we have the premium option, which is using Claude Opus or Sonnet through the Anthropic API. This is the smartest AI model available, but it's also the most expensive. If you're going for performance over cost, this is it. For this tutorial, I'm going to be using the ChatGPT API because it's the best balance of cost and quality. So I'm going to go ahead and click enter right here. Then down and API key. Now it's going to ask us for our OpenAI API key. Okay. So here's how you're going to get it. You're going to open a new tab and go to platform.openai.com. You're going to sign in and create an account. Then click on API keys in the sidebar. Once you're here, you want to select create a new secret key. Now I'm going to name this OpenClaw demo and hit create secret key. And you want to make sure you do not share this with anyone. This is what charges your account. So copy this key, go back to your instance and paste it in here. Now it's asking which model to use. I'm going to use GPT-4o Mini because it's cheap and fast. If you want something smarter, you could go with GPT-4o, GPT-4 Turbo, or GPT-5. But those cost more per request. Okay, now hit enter. Awesome. So now it's asking if you want to set up a messaging channel. This is how you can talk to OpenClaw outside of the terminal UI. You can use WhatsApp, Telegram, Discord, Slack, whatever you want. My go-to is using WhatsApp or Slack. Hit WhatsApp. And so it'll give you a whole QR to scan over here. I've already done this outside of this tutorial, so I'm not going to go through the whole flow again. But it's very straightforward. You scan it and you link it with your WhatsApp account, okay? If you have any questions, drop it down in the comments, hit no. And it's my personal phone number. Once that's done, OpenClaw is gonna ask if you wanna configure skills. Skills are like plugins that give OpenClaw extra abilities like searching the web or controlling your calendar. You can configure these later. I'm probably gonna go more in depth in another video. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip these for now. And same with hooks. You wanna hit the spacebar and hit enter. Okay, now at this stage, it's asking if we want to hatch our agent in the terminal or in the web UI. I'm going to use terminal for now, but you can also access the web UI later by going to your instance's public IP address and the port 18789, SSH into it. So let's hit enter over here. So now we're basically getting to know our bot, and this is how it personalizes its responses and can help us the best to its ability, okay? All right, so I'm going to tell it a little bit about myself. Adiraj is my name. I run a YouTube channel and school community focused on AI and automation. Main goal is hitting 50,000 subscribers by the end of Q2. Typically work from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Pacific, based in Los Angeles, California. Say your name is Jarvis. Okay. And so once you send that, OpenClaw processes it and stores the relevant details in its memory. Now, when you ask it to do something, it already has context about your work and priorities. This is different from other AI tools because it's not just answering questions, it's learning about you so it can be proactive and helpful over time. Okay, looks like it responded. It's noted our details, goals with the channel. So now it's saying, nice to officially meet you. noted your details, anything specific you'd like to discuss, or any questions you have, feel free to let me know. So we can ask it, right? What's your name? And it should pull that from its memory. I just told it what its name is. There we go. My name is Jarvis. I'm your AI assistant, here to help you with anything you need. All right. Now, since OpenClaw is running on AWS and not your local machine, it doesn't automatically have access to your Gmail, Google Calendar, or other services. You're going to need to connect those manually. But the good news is you don't need to figure out the API setup yourself. You just tell OpenClaw, prompt it what you want, and it'll walk you through it. Over here, I've prepared a pretty simple example for you to see. If I wanted to essentially check Gmail every hour and flag urgent emails, it says, okay, I can do it, but what is an urgent email? I tell it the requirement. And then it says, I've set up a job, but you know that it's not connected, right? So you ask it, are you connected? It's going to say no. Now, how do I set that up, right? And it gives you the exact instructions of how to do it, right? So it gives you the step-by-step instructions. And when you get stuck, you can literally just say, I don't understand step 3, and it'll explain it differently. Same thing for Google Calendar, Notion, Slack, whatever you want to connect. Just ask OpenClaw to do something with that service, and it'll guide you through that API setup. Or you can also just join my school community and drop a post, and there will be people ready to help you in there as well. The key thing is, don't let the API stuff intimidate you. OpenClaw is very good with it, handles the hard part. You're just following instructions, okay? Now, here's one of my absolute favorite ways to use OpenClaw. Instead of trying to think of every possible task you can automate, just ask it. That's the secret. You just ask it. And so you could send it a message like this. Based on what you know about my working goals, what are 5 things you could automate or handle for me on a regular basis? So let's actually just paste it in Jarvis right here. Let's see what it says. There we go, right? So it's hyper personalized to me and my goals. I just asked it about Gmail, so it mentioned Gmail. Then YouTube Analytics, it knows about my goals with YouTube. Content scheduling, it knows on my content. So a lot about my YouTube goals, right? If I gave it more goals like golf, soccer, it would have mentioned those as well. So it is here to help you. Jarvis or your assistant is here to help you, but it can only help you if you help it, right? So you need to ask it questions, and so it'll analyze everything that you've told it and come back with personalized suggestions. So these aren't generic ideas, they're specific to my work because OpenClaw knows my context. And the best part is, if one of these suggestions do sound useful, you just reply, do task number 2 every day at 6 p.m. and it'll schedule it automatically. Granted, all the APIs and connections are ready and good to go. So you're not manually stuck setting up cron jobs and writing scripts. You're just talking to it like you would with a human assistant. Now, one quick thing about keeping your AWS instance running properly. Your EC2 instance is now live 24/7, but there are a few commands you should know in case something goes wrong or you need to restart OpenClaw. These are the 3 commands. If you ever need to check if OpenClaw is running, you check the status. If you ever need to restart it, use OpenClaw to restart. And if you want to view recent logs and see what it's been working on, you use logs. All right, so let's be real about the costs here because I don't want you to get surprised by your AWS bill. The instance itself, the T3 medium we set up, runs about $30 a month. You could use a less powerful instance and it'll be free for you. Then you've got your AI model costs. If you're using OpenAI API with GPT-4o Mini, you're probably looking at about $5 to $10 a month, depending on how much you're chatting with it and how many automated tasks you're running. So all in, you want to budget around $35 to $40 a month for this setup. Now compare that to a $600 Mac Mini upfront. If you run this for 3 months and decide it's not for you, you spend $150 instead of $600. If you love it and want to upgrade to local hardware later, great. But at least you didn't waste money on hardware that you're not using. This is a smart way to test OpenClaw without a huge commitment. You get all the core functionality, you learn how to use it, and you figure out if it actually fits your workflow before dropping serious money on it. So here's my honest take after running it for a month. OpenClaw is not a magic solution that's going to automate your entire life. It's still in its early phase, it's early software. You're going to run into bugs. Some tasks work perfectly, others need tweaking, and setting it up does take some effort. But here's what it is good for. It's good for repetitive tasks that you do every day that you don't want to think about. Research and monitoring that you'd rather do manually if you had time, connecting different services and moving data between them automatically. For me, the biggest win has been research. Instead of spending 30 minutes every morning checking different social medias and news sources to see what's happening in the AI space, OpenClaw does that for me and sends me a summary. And that alone saves me hours every week. The second biggest win is task reminders and scheduling. I can tell OpenClaw remind me to review my analytics every Friday at 5 p.m. and it'll actually do it. All right, so that is the full setup. You now have OpenClaw running 24/7 on AWS for about $40 a month. No Mac Mini required. So from here, the more you use it, the better it's going to get. It learns your preferences, builds up memory, and gets more helpful over time. If you got value from this tutorial, do me a favor and hit the like button and drop a comment letting me know what you're planning to automate with OpenClaw. If you want more content on OpenClaw, AI tools, automation, subscribe to the channel. I'm putting videos out like this every single week. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.